Good Thursday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. So happy that you're here. We've got another cold morning, but a nice dry day today. I can say it's going to be milder, considerably milder this afternoon, and it's going to be gusty. We're going to have some winds that pick us up around gusting 35 miles per hour. But I get ahead of myself. Temperatures right now, 30 degrees in Knoxville. We've seen our temperatures come up a little bit. It's 22 in Jacksboro, 23 in Greenville, and it's 20 degrees in Athens. I mean, there's some variability here. I mean, it's like pick a number. Come on, Aldridge. How easy is it to forecast in East Tennessee? You tell me. It's different even in the mornings. It could be 8-degree difference between Jacksboro and Knoxville, and that's where things are. Kind of curious to know what you have. If you have a note, a comment, maybe just a weather observation you'd like to share. I got a note from Steve Stone this morning here on the 16th of January. He says, good morning, smiley face, sunshine. We're going to get a lot of that today. Glad to have Steve on the call, and if you've got a weather report, let me know. We've got 25 degrees right now in Oak Ridge, and it's 30 degrees at McGee-Tyson Airport. So it depends on where you are. Maybe if it depends on where that temperature is being taken, whether it's over concrete, asphalt, or whether it's over the open fields. Anyway, we got wind speeds at 9 miles an hour, so 30 degrees. If you're going to play the wind chill game, it feels like it's 22. And in some cases like Tellico Plains, maybe Newport, it may feel like it's the upper teens to start your morning here on this Thursday, the 16th. By the way, it's interesting to note, too, when we look at the wind gusts, they're a little stronger. The wind speeds that you see gusting there in the Smokies will kind of pretty much be like what we had this afternoon. I said gusts around 35, but that should not occur. That should not happen until this afternoon. I'd say probably 1 to 4. 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. will be the best chance to see those winds pick up to that speed. By the way, visibility, not an issue, although some gray areas between Sevierville, Mount LeConte, over to the mountains of North Carolina, maybe a few patches of fog there. Meanwhile, we have some snow. Where's some snow? I see some snow up there in Ohio. Looks like it's still flaking in West Virginia and northern Kentucky, maybe not too far from Lexington. Few snowflakes there, but we'll see a lot of sunshine today, although there could be some passing clouds, as it were, around the 10 o'clock hours. What you see in Bowling Green will slide down from the northwest, and then it'll move out, and it'll be a nice bright, and I mean bright finish to the day. In fact, that's when the winds, I think, will be most noticeable, when the sun is out in full force this afternoon. Temperatures today should make a run toward 50. Some of you are like, woohoo! Yeah, woohoo is right. Normal high is 48. Some of us could exceed 50. Let's be fair. I've got Athens, Southern Valley, McMinn County. I have Monroe County at 52 for Tellico Plains, Madisonville, and you should easily hit 50 in Maryville and in Kingston this afternoon. But, you know, it's the luck of the draw if you're northeast, if you're up toward in the direction of Kyles Ford, Sneedville, Hancock County, you should be in the low to mid 40s, about 46 for Morristown, and about 49 for Maynardville in Union County. Just want to say good morning to you. If you have a comment, an observation, I got Fred Winchenbach. He's got a very nice cold note. He says good morning, 27 degrees currently in Blount County and Maryville. Looking forward to a milder day. I think a lot of folks are. I think we just kind of like need a day where we haven't been so cold, and we've been cold for a while. We'll put that into perspective here in just a moment. I got a note from Karen Robbins. She says, good morning, David. It's a balmy. That's a good word for 26 degrees. She's at Fairfield Glade, and she says we are prepping for the wet and cold coming our way. Fire in the fireplace and a cat in each lap. Isn't that nice? I mean, cats are nice. We have a cat. We have a dog. We even have, well, we have a very... is it exotic? What's the word I want to say? We have a chinchilla. We have a chinchilla. It wasn't my doing. It was my oldest. Now, she's in college. You would think she would take the chinchilla with her to college, but she didn't. But I digress. I'm getting way ahead of myself. But I love animals. We love animals in the Aldridge household. We see quite a bit of dynamics between cat dog and sometimes Chin looking through the cage at times. Anyway, 48 for Newport, 44 in Crossville. It's 47 degrees is my expectation for La Follette this afternoon. Sun rises at 7:45, goes to bed at 5:47. Oh, the days are getting longer. Oh, yes, we're adding. Now we've got like over 10 hours. Over 10 hours of daylight now. 10 hours at 3 minutes, it looks like, or 2 minutes. So it's nice when the days get longer, but it really isn't that noticeable until spring. Bus stop forecast, get the kids to school and pick them up on time. It's going to be vastly different. Like I said, there are a few extra clouds around 10 a.m., but that's not misprint. That's all sunshine for 2 o'clock. 48 degrees. should nudge 50, I think, between 3:30 and 4. So I think we'll find a nice mild day. It's nice because it's not always that nice this time around. Let's take a look at the extended almanac, and I also want to show you yesterday's high was 40. Yeah, we had 40 degrees yesterday. You know I'm a note taker, but the normal high and low is 48 and 30. So when you look at all these blue squares, it just means it's been below average for what seems like now several weeks into the new year. 74 is the record high today. We're nowhere close to that. That's from 1932. Herbert Hoover was president back then, just for context. And negative 10. We've been as cold as negative 10 on the 16th of January. No way. Yeah, way. We've been as low as negative 10 in 1893, back when Grover Cleveland was president the second time around. So that's where it goes. Anyway, 7:45, sun's up. And if you like context, this is the right place. I will give you some perspective. We have one gray square that was near average. But today, this will be probably the first well above average. I mean, 49, 50, that would put us probably into another gray box, maybe even into an orange box for above average. Ultimate Doppler radar, presented by your local Marco's Pizza, does not show any precipitation here, although we highlighted some flakes up across northern Kentucky and into parts of West Virginia and the Ohio Valley over the last 8 hours. Looking so quiet, but if you're making lunch plans, may I suggest Marcos.com. Marco's Pizza gives back to East Tennessee Children's Hospital when you purchase, this is a key here, when you purchase a large one-topping pizza, some cheesy bread, and cinnamon squares, they will donate 10% of your purchase. Isn't that nice? Anyway, they're in Hardin Valley, Farragut, Maryville, Fountain City, Halls, Oak Ridge, Middlebrook Pike, and Ebenezer Road. They've got a magnificent pizza they call the Magnifico for less than $10. That sounds and looks delicious. And for less than $6, this is a great lunch item. Grab the Pozzoli, pepperoni and sausage that's pictured at the top is my personal favorite. It's delicious. I love the Pozzoli. It's great, especially if you can order it online, pick it up, and you're off and running. And maybe you want it delivered. That's another option too. You've got many choices with the Pozzoli. You have the pepperoni, the chicken bacon ranch, just for example. By the way, the radar is showing more snow across Columbus, Akron, Ohio, Pittsburgh getting snow. And if you have snow envy, well, maybe get in the car and drive north, because what you'll find north is all like the snow machine is back up. Some of that's lake effect, but we've got more snow in western Pennsylvania, and we've got some snow in Ohio. We look at the bigger picture. If you've got travel plans, a couple of rain showers appearing now in parts of Florida. I got a note from Dawn Coleman. I want to say good morning to Dawn. She says good morning. She's on Team Snow. And Dawn, I put this national radar picture up for the benefit of those like you who are on Team Snow. I think a lot of us would prefer some snow over any mixing, which still could occur late Friday night. More on that in a moment. But the snow right now is centered in places like Ohio, and they've got winter storm warnings in pink over there toward West Virginia. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Lana Johnson says, good morning. Good morning, everyone. She's putting an exclamation point. Have a great day. I thought the exclamation point was the letter I. I have a great day. No, have a great day, she says, and she's enjoying her 2 virtual cups of coffee. Glad to have Lana Johnson here. And I got Marilyn Bell says, David, looking at my forecast, will Friday night's event start as snow or rain? Yes and yes. It could be a little bit of a mix to start, but it's so marginal, I don't think it's worth, because many of us will be asleep. It comes at maybe 2 in the morning for you in White Pine. It'll come in from west to east, so we'll keep an eye on that. And I got Bill Ballou is on here. He says, good morning, David. Glad to have Bill here. It's so nice to see some new names on there and familiar names, people that I do know. It's nice to see you on the call. Knoxville rainfall, 1.59. That's what we've had so far. That's rain and melted snow. I'd say it's probably 99% rain and a little bit of melted snow because we picked up 5.1 inches of snow officially. I'm in West Knox County. I only got 3 inches. Some of you may have had 2, some had 4. But the airport where we keep the official records, we had 5.1 last Friday. And believe it or not, tomorrow will be a week. It's hard to believe it's been a week ago. And some of us, many of us, still have some snow in the grass because it hasn't disappeared. Maybe a little more snow melt during the course of today. Future rainfall, and that's what we're going to mainly be working with this upcoming weekend, is rain. 5 o'clock Friday, there's nothing. You said it was going to rain. Not till late. Very late. Can I be any more specific than very late? Like 10 o'clock, it hasn't rained yet. But you give it till midnight. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, now the virtual rain gauges are populating. I see 0.08 in Crossville by midnight Eastern time. So that should give you some. When's it going to start? Probably start between 10 and midnight. 10 p.m. and midnight Friday night for the plateau. But give it another hour, give it another 2 hours, 2 a.m., we've now already picked up 0.05 of an inch. And some of that could be mixing, Maryland. I got 0.02 there around Morristown. So maybe you get a little bit of a icy pellet, maybe a little bit of a raindrop. But should it be a cause for alarm? No. It'll be pretty transient. It goes all rain. It'll be all rain by the time you get going on your Saturday. This is representative of 8 o'clock Saturday morning. We picked up a 1/4 inch. And we'll add a little bit more with more rain showers Saturday. So by 5 o'clock Saturday, many of us have picked up now what seems to be a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. It does not seem as lofty with the numbers as it did just a day ago. It was pointing like 0.75 and 0.84 just a day or two ago. So the amount of rain seems like it's dropping a little bit in the expectation as some of the showers were broken up. We'll keep an eye on that. But even still, once we go into Saturday night, some of it could change over to some snow. And I'm going to examine that with a map here coming up very soon. It's my next slide after the headlines. By the way, milder sunshine today, turning gusty. We're talking gusts around 35 miles per hour, primarily between 1 and 4 p.m. today. Mainly rain. Look how you get out of there calling it a mix. Well, some will get a mix, but some will say it never mixed at all. So it's not like it's uniformly going to be the same experience. But mainly rain late Friday night, rainy at times on Saturday, and we may see some drops change to flakes on Sunday. If not late Saturday night, we'll keep an eye on that. What does that look like in terms of snow? Because some people just, give me the bottom line. Can you just tell me, am I going to get some snow in Knoxville? Probably not Friday night. But where you might find some snow is in the mountains, the Smoky Mountains. It wouldn't surprise me if there's some flakes in Bell County, Harlan County. Maybe some snowflakes that actually accumulate in Newfound Gap, in Chimney Tops, Mount LeConte, and even into the mountains of North Carolina. So if you get some snow, it's going to be primarily in the higher elevations, because most of it, what we see this weekend, will be, in most cases, just a liquid rain event. Temperature right now, as it's now 6:52 in the morning, it's 30 degrees in Knoxville, 28 degrees in Jackson. I'm sure Lexington's probably rejoicing because this time yesterday morning, they fell to 7. That's not a wind chill. They fell to 7. 7. They're 29 now. So they've jumped up, 27, well, excuse me, 29 minus 7. So you can do the math. It's amazing that they're 22 degrees warmer this morning than they were yesterday morning. And that's Fayette County. That's just 3 hours away. This is really what the big story needs to be. Probably is not going to steal the headlines because it doesn't have the flare that snow showers do, but it feels like 22 in Knoxville, feels like it's 19 currently in Lexington. And if you look around the state and around the country, you might say, I don't see that much cold air. Sure, it's 12 in Caribou. It's 29 in Minneapolis. Where's this cold air you keep talking about? If it's going to get as cold as you say it's going to be, certainly it would show up on this map. And it only feels like 5 in Detroit. But, oh, hold the phone. Could there be some cold air in Canada that hasn't shown up yet? Because it is next week, mind you. I think Martin Luther King Day and a few days thereafter will be brutal. What does that look like? Well, you can see the colors, if it's purple, if it's magenta, if it's fuchsia, pick your favorite color. Description, that's up over Maine as we head through the rest of today and tomorrow. And then it starts to warm up because we'll see temperatures near 50 and certainly in the upper 40s on Friday as well. But then look at the 18th. What day is that? That's Saturday. 2:30 in the morning. I'm looking at Minneapolis. It looks like, does the cold reload? It sure does. Oh, does it ever? It turns like a dark shade of purple over Minneapolis, St. Paul, Kansas City, St. Louis. But thankfully, you might be thinking, thankfully, that's not coming here. Think again. Think again. That's the story. That's the story you really take hold of because by the time we get to Monday, well, this is Sunday night, it's already moved in. The Arctic blast. You feel like welcome to the Arctic because it's going to feel like it, not just for a few hours, my friend, but for days. You say, oh, come on, that's January 20th. It's cold here. It's cold for Inauguration Day. It's cold in D.C. And that's 5:15 in the morning, where temperatures could likely be 5 to 10, 5 to 11 degrees in the area. I'm thinking Oneida, single digits. Jamestown, single digits. La Follette, single digits. It's cold, brutal in the morning, and it may not get much higher than the 20s, mid to upper, across the board in the afternoon. And it stays like this for, what is it, Tuesday? Oh, it stays there until Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, and then finally, by Wednesday, it starts to retreat. But that's that's the story, my friend. Not this sassy, we're getting a big snow 18 days from now. Forget about it. It changes. And if you're being misled, It's a hyperventilating over storms that haven't happened. These models are going to do their job, but they need more time to figure it out. And if you're buying into what people are selling you online, and I'm talking about the venues that don't do a daily forecast, that should be your litmus test. If you're consulting in weather information that doesn't give you a daily forecast, how on earth are you going to know how accurate they are? They're going to swing and miss because they blew it. They blew it on Friday, last Friday, when they were calling for 8 to 11. And don't think I don't know, because people tell me they were calling for 8 to 11 on some of these websites. Sad, isn't it? Because you didn't get 8 to 11, I got 3. There's a big difference between 8 and 11 inches of snow and 3. And I kept saying, watch out for the mix. Next week could have some mixing too. So you got to make note that the big story by far and away is the cold. And if you haven't discovered the cold yet, it's coming. You and I, we're all going to experience it together. Valley Planner, milder sunshine today, turning gusty. And oh yes, the gusts should be around 35 miles per hour. And temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50. I think easily hit 50 plus in the Southern Valley. Very late arrives the rain. Could start off as a brief mix, but it will quickly, and I mean quickly, change to all rain this weekend. And then Sunday, maybe a few hit or miss drops, mostly flakes in the higher elevations. Storm Prediction Center is not, I repeat, not highlighting any coloring in the lower 48. They show it's quiet, so without the coloring, there's no severe storms, there's no general thunderstorms. It's quiet. That changes tomorrow, however. If you have family in Mississippi, Alabama, or southern Louisiana, they might get some general thunderstorms Friday, but that doesn't even reach the state of Tennessee on Friday. It does expand into Florida by Saturday. So those areas from Tampa to Orlando might get some thunderstorms of the general variety, nothing severe, but that's where they expect some convection to occur this upcoming Saturday. Okay, here's the futurecast. This will do a very good job, I think, of describing and showing you graphically where that mix may occur. Still more snow for our friends in the mountains of West Virginia. Snowshoe will probably be rejoicing to get a good start to more snow up there. Meanwhile, you can see it's quiet with very little precipitation through about Friday afternoon, Friday night, and then all of a sudden here comes some rain. This doesn't even show some of the rain changing to a mix. It's all green here. And with heavier rains back toward Evansville and maybe Paducah, this all will eventually arrive. There is some mixing, as you can see in pink, near Roanoke, maybe a little bit of a mix in parts of the Smokies and even north of Hickory back toward Boone. But like I said, it's mainly a rain event. And once the front crosses by, we'll go from drops to flakes. Not a huge deal. Again, this is Saturday night. It may speed up, and then we'll be left with a little bit of activity, just not a whole lot. In fact, it looks like it's going to move in pretty quickly with little fanfare all in all. But for today, it's now 6:58. Here's your forecast. 49 degrees. We'll be nudging 50 in many locations, mostly sunny. I'm sure your car thermometer will show 50 plus with ease, thanks to that southwest wind that picks up 5 to 15 plus. Those wind speeds should be gusting 30 to 35 really through the afternoon. Over today, 46 for Morristown, 50 for Kingston, 44 in Crossville, 52 in Tellico Plains. Yes, mid-50s, a good bet if you're traveling to Atlanta. 60 for Augusta, 36 for Lexington, where temperatures are going to be much colder further north. 25, the low temperature tonight. Normal low is 30. More clouds. Think of it as a partly to mostly cloudy sky tonight, but it will be cold, and we will drop into the mid-20s. 24 for Newport, Parrottsville, Cosby, and if you're in Maynardville, Sharps Chapel, Union County should drop to about 24, 23 for Crossville, Lake Tansy, and Fairfield Glade for your low temperatures tonight, and Scott County, Oneida, about 23. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast. It's 6:59. I wanted to finish on time. I think I'm going to do it. And with 51 on the board for Saturday, our temperatures on Sunday just continue to tumble. Dress for the 30s and 20s on Sunday, because I have highlighted, because I like to be precise, it's a 1 o'clock in the morning high temperature. It's not going to get any higher than 39 during the afternoon. It's an upside down day on Sunday because of the passage of a cold front. And if you need more evidence of just how cold it is, a 13, 14, and 11 temperature in Knoxville will easily translate to single digits in the counties outside of Knoxville. I'm talking like 8, 9, 10 degrees, 6 degrees for places like Oneida, Jamestown. You're going to find some very bitter cold air. We could call it frigid, because that's what those temperatures will represent, and we may struggle to get into the mid-20s both Monday and Tuesday. So be thankful. It is a federal holiday on Monday. A lot of kids, unless they're homeschooled, will probably have no school at all, but very, very cold on Monday. By the way, if you haven't picked up, well, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like and prefer that platform at different times. YouTube.com/@CaptainAccurate. It's free to join the channel on YouTube. I also have a great free Captain Accurate weather app with Pete Michaels traffic. You get weather and traffic perfect together. All the National Weather Service alerts are included. We've added air quality alerts as well. 3 extras from Barron plus lightning alerts. And you get to do and choose up to 16 locations. You can track like mother-in-law, some cousins in Canada, wherever you have family, you can track their weather up to 16 locations, while most apps only give you 10. By the way, the Captain Accurate Premium service only on Facebook. You can join us at any time. I've got my winter weather outlook. I'm still being asked, I heard we're getting this, that, and the other. Well, that's great. Would you like to know what I thought back in October? Because I still maintain my position. My expectation, it's still there. My winter weather outlook still online. If you're a premium member on Facebook, just hit the subscribe button at the top of my Facebook page. Speaking of snow forecast, you would be the first to see my snow forecast. When and if you are a premium member, it's just $4.99 a month, $4.99 a month. And that factors out to about 16 cents a day. It's the best bargain in East Tennessee. It really is. First to see every forecast, we focus on weather beyond the next 7 days. We're already into mid-February. On a daily basis, I'm giving my premium members information of what to expect in mid-February in terms of patterns, in terms of trends. It's a real bargain. I mean, who else is going to give that to you from a local perspective? I challenge you. Who else? But join us. We'd love to have you. You can cancel at any time. You get more Facebook Lives, typically on a Sunday night, to help you prepare for the week ahead, and you get fewer ads. That's always a bonus, but I always appreciate your support. Of course, I'll have more updates on this weekend weather coming up in the later hours of today and tonight. We'll see you here soon. Take care.